now I got married. I had to move to Bahrain, and I came here with my husband, like not knowing anything, not having any friends, anything, and I just like hustled. I would go to every gym in Bahrain, and I would check if they have a possibility of a studio that I can teach there. And I started teaching in 2018 for 1 year under like a ballet studio. And then after 1 year, I decided like to just open my own thing in a gym. And I had just like one room, and I would do all the classes there, like pole, flexibility, strength training, handstands, and all that. And after I believe 2 years, the gym had to close down.
COVID.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can cut it.
Yeah. So, and I just recently this year in January, I opened in Bahrain Financial Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, now I have like 2 studios, 1 pole and 1 hoop, aerial hoop.
And how did that work with the membership? Do you charge then by class, or do you do monthly payment, or do you do a mixture of both?
I do both.
You do both.
So there is per class for someone who just wants to come and have fun, like just once a week, or is committed to more than one thing, so they can only come once. And I have packages for people who just wants to come more than one time, like 3 times, 4 times.
You look so frightened when you said that.
So yeah. No, I have a lot of people actually like that come more, like attend. In one day, they would attend 2 classes back to back. Yeah, yeah. It's very addictive.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I can imagine that's like, from a pole perspective, that must require not just a lot of flexibility, but I imagine a lot of strength as well, right?
Yeah.
And how long is a class? 40 minutes? 30 minutes?
1 hour.
1 hour?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but then you attend 2 classes to complement each other, like flexibility, 1 hour, and then pole or like hoop,
And that's like back to back? Like, oh, okay. So there's not like an interlude, like a break between those 2?
No. Like back to back, like finish, go to the other studio, and
you can see the shock in my face. So you have other instructors, I imagine.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
we're like now we're like 13.
Mm-hmm.
But I used to teach everything at the beginning.
Yeah,
because I was the only person. Like my students back then became instructors now.
Really?
Yeah.
And how did you manage that? Did you just talk to them one day and said, hey, you know what? Or did they come to you?
So basically,
because sorry to interrupt you, because especially if you just started your business and you don't have any staff, for a lot of people who are like everything, right? They're Mr. Everyone or Mrs. Everyone.
Yeah.
It's so scary taking on your first staff,
Yeah.
both because of the responsibility suddenly that you have because of them, and then you're also worried about your own brand. Are they going to be okay? Are they going to show up drunk? Are they going to miss up classes? Class starts at 1 and they're coming at 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they were pretty committed as students, and there were times that I had to leave the country to just go
see family, whatever.
Maybe also like because I used to teach for longer hours, like 5 hours a day. Like it's too much, like 14 hours a week just training, like you are training, because teaching is also you're working out at the same time. So like sometimes I'm like, I can't, like my muscles are just so like my body's drained, and I need time off. And they would be like, okay, like let me just sub the class, it's okay, and it just happens. And then I just reached out to them, like, do you want to pursue this? Do you want to have like certification? You want to like...
Oh, you do a certification system as well?
There is, I don't personally do it. There is this UK program that we do online, and then we like take exams and send videos, and then they just give us the certification if we pass. And yeah, like a lot of girls wanted to do that, and this helped me a lot because no one, like it took a while at the beginning, but yeah, it was just grew from within, and it was nice. It was perfect because they know how it is and how things work, you know. So yeah.
Because for a lot of the Westerner audience, would be shocked to hear that there's pole classes in the Middle East.
Yeah.
That's not something they expect, right?
Yeah,
they think of burqa, they think of shaze kida. They don't really understand how the Middle East is. But from my knowledge, I think you are the first, if not, you're still a monopoly in this business.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. It's yeah, it's going well.
And what do you find with your clientele? Are they mostly Middle Eastern? Are they Westerners? Are they a mixture of both?
They're a mixture of both, but mostly like Bahrainis and Saudis.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have people coming from Khobar.
All the way from Khobar?
Yeah, and then go back again. Yeah.
You can see the shock on their faces again.
Yeah.
Do you have any guys as well in these classes, or generally women?
No, it's only ladies only.
Yeah, I can imagine there must be requests from guys as well.
A lot of requests. But like my main focus was just getting women comfortable here and just knowing that this is their space, and I didn't want to just mix things, you know. Because,
would that be an option to you if you would have a separate space? Let's say if one is in Financial Harbour and another one is, I don't know, Medina Hamad or somewhere in Sif. Would that be something you'd be interested in pursuing?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay. Even in Financial Harbour, there's so many places, but maybe not. I still like, a lot of people have been telling me like, oh, like do males classes. And I'm thinking of doing a mixed class, maybe like on a Friday where there is no classes and like there's no like they won't like come and see anything or like get comfortable, because I don't want to make them uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm considering that, having like a family fitness class.
Well, I mean, I sound like a Philistine, an old man, but I can imagine that there are a lot of gay men who would be interested in taking pole classes.
A lot.
It seems like it's a missed opportunity, but at the same time, I can understand as a business owner, you know, you have so much responsibility, and then the question is, how much more time do I invest into how much monetary gain am I getting from that aspect, right?
Yeah. And my focus are in women, you know, like this is my main focus when I started this. I just wanted to make them just feel comfortable in their body and accept their body, how it is. And like, I have so many shapes and different shapes and sizes. Like I have big girls and I have skinny girls and I have a girl that is 4 years old and I have a woman that's 59 years old.
That seems weird to have those two in the same classes.
No, not same, but I mean like...
One just born, the other's about to die.
Not really. They're really strong. They're really, really strong women. Like you have no idea.
6-year-old woman?
Yeah, they are.
Can they walk up the stairs?
They can climb all the way up to the ceiling. So... Can you do that?
Jinn, that's what I'm saying. Jesus.
So yeah, if I just focus on so many things, I don't know. I just like to just focus on that, and maybe I'm considering to really open a mixed class in a weekend and see how it goes. So we'll see.
No, I can imagine that there'd be a lot of demand for it. I mean, you mentioned that you have, I think, 13 instructors?
Yeah. Around that.
And so how many total headcount are we talking about through a week? As in customers coming in, or students? I don't know. It's quite endearing and touching that you call them students.
Yeah, because it's a school. Like
I like that.
School. Like they get a booklet actually, and they have exams to move from one level to another.
Well, that's cute.
Like with all the moves and the pictures, and like they have to move, like they have to like sign off moves, and like, so it is kind of like there is a curriculum there. So it is like even like they go to class, like they don't just go, oh, I'm going to work out. No, I'm like, I'm going to class, you know. It's just it's like that.
It's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, what's beautiful about your business, from what I understood so far from it, is that you're not looking at it from a pure monetary gain, which sadly a lot of business owners just look at the bottom end numbers.
Yeah.
And they just, you know, treat their customers as trash because they say, you know, another one will walk in through the door. Which is nice with you, is that your focus is on both on women empowerment, and you see them as students, which even universities these days.
Yeah. No, I am really bad with numbers. Like, like my financial accountant, like just sat with me. I'm like, you cannot do these things and you cannot do these things. Like, this is the minimum you can give per class so you can cover everything, you know? Because I'm like, yeah, let's do an offer here, and oh, let's do discounts and whatnot. But yeah, I'm just...
You know, it makes me wonder, why haven't you talked to any of the other bigger gyms here in Bahrain and seen if you could do like a sales funnel system?
What do you mean? Like...
so that if you're a member at, let's say, Spartan, which is I think the biggest biggest gym in Bahrain, or there's that fighting gym, whatever that one is called, you know, where they do the UFC fighting.
Yeah.
So that if they send somebody from their gym to do a class at yours, that they get, let's say, 20% of whatever that fee of that one-time thing is. But I think if you would start doing that, I think your base rate from your customers would, I don't know if you could cover that many people.
We have like morning classes and we have evening classes. So basically we teach like 5 to 6 hours a day.
Okay, that's a lot.
And we have 2 studios. So
oh wow, okay.
So that could be like I have space, like that could be multiplied by 12. Yeah.
Okay, so so you have 12 hours and you have 12 hours of work in 6 hours, obviously, because you have 2 classes, 2 rooms. So how many headcount are you looking? How many students throughout a week or a day?
Usually,
would you roughly say?
Roughly, I would say, if like I'll give an average of 4 students per class. Okay. So that's 4 times 6. Please help me. 24. 24. Okay. So 24 students a day, just roughly. That's an average, give and take. Yeah.
Sounds. I mean, and do you find that 24 with 13 instructors is a good matchup?
So far it's good. Like I have instructors want to teach more actually, and I tell them like, oh no, like we can't. There's no. Sometimes it's a low season, like now, for example, because it's July and August.
Holidays.
Yeah, everyone's traveling, so I have to like minimize like all the classes. So maybe we teach 3 times a day only, or 2 times a day. But yeah, I have enough instructors so far, and sometimes like I just open a class, like a belly dancing class, and just I contact a belly dancer to come and teach, or like a salsa instructor. Sometimes like I just like something, I don't know, like do something new, you know.
So you're building a community rather than an in and out.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely. And we always have like events, like in Ramadan we do like a suhoor or like ghabga, and then sometimes we do events outside. Like it's more of a community than just you're going in and out a gym. Like everyone know each other.
So do you do things with I don't want to say your customers, sorry, with your students outside of the gym as well?
Yeah,
do you do like meet and greets and stuff like that?
Yeah, like we go to a theme park, like Azari Park, and
that's so nice. Okay.
we do activities like that, like.
So you're building really a community at that point.
Yeah,
right?
It is, because this is how I start. Like this is how I started, because I didn't have any friends here. It was just my husband and my in-laws, and that's it. So. This is how I created that community. All my friends were my students. at the beginning. So yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's just yeah.
That's amazing. So I looked at your Instagram account. I think you've hit around 5,000 something followers. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Do you see Instagram as a platform that you can reach out and potentially get new students in through the front door?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. For like aerials and all the classes that I teach, Instagram is my main platform. Like I tried a lot using Facebook, and it did not work as strong as Instagram.
Facebook is like yelling into the void.
Yeah,
you know, that's just grandmas on Facebook.
Yeah. I don't open Facebook now. Like I don't remember the last time I opened Facebook. So it's just mainly Instagram. We're trying to on TikTok, but it's just I can't. I'm not a tech savvy, so yeah.
Well,
I can't follow up with everything, you know.
TikTok is weird because I don't think it's that popular in the Middle East. I think Snapchat is way more popular in our neighborhood.
Yeah, and TikTok as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked at it in a while because I'm an old man now.
Yeah. Same.
Well, I don't think you're a man.
But yeah, I try everyone now and then. Like, we have to like post there and push it there. But yeah.
Have you tried spending any ad dollars on it? Or ad dinars on it?
TikTok, no. Instagram, yeah.
Definitely. And have you seen any kind of success with it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's
well. Are we talking about?
But definitely, word of mouth is the strongest.
Of course.
Like, I get followers here and there from Instagram, and I do get students also from Instagram ads. But word of mouth, like it's the strongest.
Have you tried flyers?
Yeah, I have, but I never gave it out like anywhere else but Carousel. So whoever comes, I would give them the flyer.
Are you shy or what
No.
are you worried about?
No, I just did not. We're actually this month, like in July, we're gonna give out flyers to all the businesses in Financial Harbor, because we're opening a class that's before working hours, like at 6:30 a.m. So we're beginning to do that again. Before we did not. I think I did not need to do that because I have the Instagram ads, so we already get people.
So from my experience in the Middle East, I have found that flyers are much better in getting any kind of return than you get on Instagram. On like that, the whole ad thing, you get followers, but not so much like you don't get so much as value transition, right? Because followers, in the end of the day, other than creating brand awareness or any kind of clout, isn't that useful. What I've found is I know a print shop here in Bahrain that they're pretty cheap. I think they wanted like for 1,000 flyers, they wanted like 35 BD.
Oh wow!
Colored, both sides.
And is that top copy top?
لا بالحمد. It's somewhere down there by Hamad Town.
Oh, okay.
And it's just a factory.
Ooh.
And you go in and all the lights are off and it's just a printing machine and everyone's working there like gremlins. The night is terrifying, but it's super cheap. And you just go, in City Mall, City Center, sorry.
Yeah.
You just go to one of the guys, who are washing cars. You give them like 5 BD and they'll go through all the cars and just put your flyer there. Wow. And the same thing if you go to, which is that area in Bahrain again? I keep forgetting. Sorry, I'm terrible with names. Where all the Westerners usually live?
Hamad?
No. Where all the American bases and all that.
Jufair. Yeah, okay.
So there you're probably also going to find a large clientele base. And again, just go to one of the car cleaner guys that you see on the street and give them 5 BD and they'll put it all over.
Oh,
My tip to you is
I'll try that and I'll come back with you with
my tip, give them 250 and then come back in an hour and just look around and make sure that they're flies and then give them the other 250.
Ooh, okay.
So there you go.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and then you can call me back. You can call me back.
I will call you back and let you know what
in 3
happens.
months to be like, Hamad, you fucker, my business is now closed down. Have you reached out to there's that whole Bahrain thing in order to get like financial supports for businesses? Tamkeen?
No, I haven't. We actually called them. Was it 2 days ago or 1 day ago? And asked if we're like, because I'm not Bahraini, if I
Of course you can.
Yeah, and they
You have
said
a CR,
yeah,
no?
yeah.
And
So they said like, yeah, you can. You just need to fill forms and like give us a business plan and all that. So
أختي روح على الانستغرام, type it in to Instagram. وش اسمه التمكين, and you'll find Tamkeen consultants. Just straight by search. Ooh. These are just boys, guys who either have a cousin, uncle, brother, or have worked at Tamkeen. And then you go, you meet with them. يعني تعطيهم شوية قروش.
Yeah.
And then they'll fix the whole paperwork for you and everything else. Yeah, that helped me a lot because trying to do it with my business and reaching out to Tamkeen was very difficult. But as soon as I found this guy on Instagram, things happened.
Oh. So you just write Tamkeen consultants?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just type in Tamkeen and go in the Instagram search and you'll find up profiles.
I should have came with a
hashtags.
notebook.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to lecture.
Really? No, but these are like really cool ideas. What are you sorry about? No.
Tamkeen is really
That's
good.
really good, yeah.
They pay for the 75% of the salary for first year, 50% the second year, 25 the third year. They pay your entire rent as long as more than 12% of your employees are Bahraini. Every dinar you spend, they will spend 1 dinar, up to 100,000 dinar. So if you buy equipment or machinery or even laptops, phones, anything like that, they will literally pay you half of it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's just money left on the table.
Yeah. I'll look into that. Thank you.
What's the plans then for now? Are you going to stay in Bahrain or are you thinking of maybe expanding, maybe going back to Abu Dhabi?
No, definitely so far I'm happy in Bahrain. I don't like just jumping from here to here. But I would want to definitely expand also to Khobar because
makes sense.
Yeah. But that's later because like I just opened now. I'm trying to
just open. I mean, you're in business already.
Yeah,
3
but
years,
I mean like
girl.
I'm on my own. Like I'm not under a gym. I'm not under like, you know what I mean? So I'm not working under anyone. Like now it's for the first time it's my own. I'm paying rent and all that, you know.
That's scary, isn't
electricity, Iwa, like for the first time. So it is scary, but it's going well. Yeah.
Have you gone to any of these like meet and greets?
No.
So I know that the US embassy, the UK embassy have something called Bahrain UK or Bahrain US Business Association, which is basically, I think you pay like 100 BD or something like that a year, and then you get to you get invited to the embassy and meet and greet with other people.
Oh, okay, cool.
Who could probably help you in that station.
Yeah.
So there's also the commerce in Bahrain. That's a lot more difficult to get in. You have to, I think one of the requirements is that you have to be a publicly traded company. You have to make a revenue of at least 1 million dinar. But you know, once you're in that like group, life is a lot easier.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you can apply for it anyways. There's like weird like things, and it helps your business. And if you have like regulation issues or if you're having like paperwork issues, you can contact them and they'll like help through the process.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see the meet and greet one. Definitely not the other one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So now that what would you say is most popular class at the moment at your gym?
Is the aerial, so which is the pole class and the hoop class. These are two are popular.
Do you do the aerial yoga as well?
Aerial yoga, no.
With the...
Not yet. Hopefully next month or the one after.
Are you looking for instructors, or it's just not popular?
Yeah, I'm looking for instructors, and I have someone just contacted me. She was like, "Oh, I'm flying to Bahrain and I'm moving here, and I'm actually an aerialist, and I do silks and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Have you been to? There's a yoga gym here in Bahrain. I forgot. I think that would be closest to your competitor. Namaste.
Yeah, she's a friend of mine. Yeah.
I think they do aerial yoga.
Yeah, they do.
So it might be able to poach someone.
Yeah, they do. They even do teacher training for aerial yoga as well. So yeah, I know that. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I know that I think their hours are a little different than yours. I think they only do 2 classes a day. I don't remember anymore.
They do mornings and they do afternoon, 2 classes in the afternoon, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's a really good friend of mine. She's one of my students as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So we're pretty tight. Yeah. I love her business also. It's I tried yoga so many times, and I tried her classes as well. It's very nice. It's different, completely different,
of course,
than even our flexibility classes as well. So it's nice.
You know, in a perfect world, if you could tie yourself up with 2 or 3 different gym owners that do different things, let's say like one gym that does like kickboxing or taekwondo, one gym that does yoga, one gym that does more aerial work, and if you could sell that as one package subscription, I think that would make everyone very happy, and then you're not competing as much against each other.
I don't see that I have
also
competition.
that's called also coercion.
As
you know, in business school, which is frowned upon. But
system wise, it's hard to have a package and then link it to someone because like the system that I'm using now, which is Mind Body, it's hard to merge 2 gyms or 3 gyms together. But what I'm planning on working on at the moment is having a loyalty card for our students to go to these places, whether it's like yoga classes in Namaste or like rehab concepts, for example, for physio, because like I'm trying to bring everything that is related to the aerial and the workout, like meal plans and physiotherapist and yoga and like other stuff as well, like in one card, and then they get like a percentage off when they go.
How many people do you have full-time working for you that isn't an instructor?
Working
for you that isn't an instructor? Because
they're all instructors.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, what you described to me is a lot of work, and that's not something يعني انت بالحالة you can
no, I have
do meal plans, setting up classes. You'll have to find a chef who can cook the food. You have to make sure that the food is being done properly.
You have like meal plans companies here.
صح عندك.
Yeah, like there is like Carlo, there is like what's it called?
Okay.
Like,
so you want to upsell.
White calories, so they just get a percentage of whatever. It's 10%.
There we go.
Meal plans, you know what I mean? Like
you're upselling.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do shit.
That's why I was so confused. I was like, you want to do all this as well?
No, I can't. Yeah. So I just try to have and I have my friend who has also a physiotherapy clinic, and all these places just helps because I go to physio at least once a month, and also my students as well. We struggle with meal plans and cooking and stuff, so that's also a good thing,
Well, you're spending 6 hours at the gym.
So I'm just trying to even a spa, get a discount on a spa, and you have this card if you're a student, and then you just get discounts on each aspect, each direction that you want to.
And do you sell anything in the school as an upsell? Do you sell any protein powders, anything like that?
No. No,
you're
I
leaving
do
money on
not.
the table.
Yeah. The thing is, to get a what's it called, like a CR for that. I think 51% needs like to be to a Bahraini. But my CR, I don't need a Bahraini. You know what I mean? So if I add more activity, I think I need a Bahraini. What's it called? Like
Sponsor.
like co-owner.
Because I'm just thinking, because technicality-wise, if you're...
Anything that's food and like that has to do with food, with clothes, with all these things, I can't.
I'll have to research a subject also, because I'm now talking out of my ass, because I see so many gyms selling
definitely they have Bahraini in the shareholders that are Bahraini.
That could definitely be true.
Yeah.
Well, where's your husband from? Isn't he Bahraini?
No, he's French.
He's French?
He's Syrian French, yeah.
So how did the both of you then end up here?
We met in Egypt. He was studying in Egypt.
That doesn't explain how you ended up here.
His family works here. Like, so his dad is... he works here. He's a doctor.
Okay.
His brother works here. He's a dentist.
Okay.
So his sister is here. She's married to Bahraini. So his dad was used to work in Khobar, and then he moved here like maybe 8 years ago or so. So that's why like my husband like used to travel a lot and live away from the family. So he wanted to just settle in Bahrain, like, and be with them, you know. So that's why we're here.
Now it makes a lot more sense. Okay. Because I was like, why do you need like 51% ownership? Like your dad, your husband, Bahraini? I was like,
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
and can't one of the two of you just apply for a Bahraini passport? I think after a certain amount of years.
I believe after 15 years.
It's something like that.
Yeah, 15 years I can apply. So,
but couldn't his dad, I assume, has been here for multiple reasons. No. If he applies for it, doesn't that mean his son would get it, and therefore you would get it?
Yeah, but he's not. He
hasn't been here for 15 years.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I imagine
much less. Yeah. I think maybe 9 years or so.
That's
or 8.
Well, I think it's a really beautiful approach that so much of your extended husband side of the family is also in health.
Yeah.
Which suits nicely, right?
Yeah.
It almost was like supposed to be. It's nice.
Yeah, like my husband, like he studied the beginning in RCSI here, but then he dropped out and he studied. He went to Egypt to study architecture. So he's the
all engineers.
He's the rebel in the family. So yeah.
I mean, I find that so fascinating. I find it fascinating that you've had such an interesting life and then decided to open up your own enterprise. That's something you should be really proud of yourself. You know that's amazing.
I am because I was in a really different field. Like I was working in a newspaper in Egypt, like in Masr al-Yawm. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's one of
I'll pretend like I do.
Yeah, it's like Al-Ahram. Like Ahram and Masr al-Yawm are known in Egypt, and I used to work there. But yeah, there's things happen, and like just your life shifts, and you just need to do what you do. You need to just hustle. And the thing is, I don't see it as also work. What I do, I really enjoy it. So it's a hobby, which is also nice, you know. And that's why like my financial advisor would tell me like, okay, this is the business. It's not like, we're playing here. But to me, I'm like, I'm enjoying my time. You know, I'm teaching what I love. It's my passion. So, yeah.
What I sense what you need is to find either somebody you can hire who can do the business side.
Yes.
And you can concentrate on doing the growth side.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
And then you could deviate those responsibilities.
Yeah.
And your life will be a lot more smoother.
Yeah. And I recruited this month like an operational manager.
From where, if you don't mind me asking?
From here. She's
from Bahrain.
Bahraini. Yeah, she's Bahraini.
By the way, we're going to cut that face expression out. I never had good fortune coming from that.
No, she's so good. She has so many like ideas and like she's pushing me to doing tamkeen, and she's like, I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna do this, for you. I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I can't. Just don't give me a phone and tell me to make phone calls and interviews and stuff. Just put me in class and I'll teach. I'll give you a nice 1 hour workout that you will sweat and like you'll feel really good about yourself. But other than that, I'm not into, I don't know, I just don't like numbers. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it's just, I have to outsource. I can't do everything, So
God blesses those that know where their bounds are.
Yeah.
So, good.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you can find someone who can concentrate on the business side, then you can do the hubba thing. Then you can do the mail classes. Then you can do all these other potentialities.
Yeah.
There's only so many hours in the day. And if you want to do good content for your Instagram, if you want to do good content for your TikTok, for your Snapchat, if you want to print flyers, if you want to then do a program where you upsell other people's like food or gym or whatever, you need staff.
Yeah.
Right? And you need good staff.
Yeah.
And I mean, just look at our guys right here. Dan and Murray. It took me ages to find people who were like switched on. And bravo, you guys are great. Yeah, you work with what you got.
No, like, of course, like people mess up sometimes. It happens, and but yeah, just.
I had a great story with Alba. I think it was either Alba or Hadid, or maybe it was even Sadaf. This is. Going long time back.
Okay.
And Alba is a company that exists in Bahrain.
Oh, okay. What does it do?
They're the biggest, if not the biggest company in Bahrain. They produce aluminium.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Sadaf and Hadid طبعا makes steel, but these are in Saudi Arabia. And so I remember a story that when I was working there, one of the managers told me. They said, I think this was Hadid. They had somebody fucked up the station and they had to close down production. They lost about a million BD. So about 10 million riyal, about that, yeah. And they had to close down almost the entire facility for almost 3 or 4 days. And so they called the guy who committed the fault into the office, who expected that he was going to get fired. And his supervisor said, nope, we're not going to fire you, we're not going to let you quit either. Because we just trained you for a 1 million BD mistake. That was their way of looking at it, that they trained them after they committed. We know that you will never make that mistake again, and if we let you go, you will go to a different company or different factory, and you will never make that mistake. And they didn't spend that money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I had a different story with a guy from Deutsche Bank, not Deutsche Bank. I forgot the train station company, Deutsche Bahn in Germany, and he was telling me that whenever they have someone that can't move up because there's not enough space, every other position is full, they will push them out. They will literally push them out the company. Yeah. And I thought it was fascinating. I was like, why are you doing that? And he said, well, we obviously try to get them a job at either one of our subsidiaries or one of our competitors or one of our companies that we work with. And that's because we have that great relationship with that guy. And when that guy moves up in that other company, he will always prefer us.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a beautiful way of looking at how he trains his staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not here or there.
If everyone had that same mentality.
Yeah, I think with a lot of managers, they have a huge ego problem. Mm-hmm. Where they're worried that the person below them hierarchically,
Yeah.
They're worried that they're going to either become their position and they're going to get fired or demoted, or they're going to, even worse, promoted above them.
Yeah.
And then your employee becomes your boss.
Yeah.
Or, your staff becomes your boss. And so there's a lot of ego. And I think that there's a lot of need to be done with good management, that they take that ego out.
Yeah.
Because you're there to work a business. If you're not passionate about the business, then get out the business.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was the only teacher, and now I have a team, and I actually, I go to all the girls that teachers now were once beginners and they were my students, but now I attend their classes, I am their students, because they worked on themselves, and then I pushed them to do that, and they also did that. It's not just I pushed them, they were willing to go out and have classes here and have classes here, and do the Zoom thing online. Now that everything is on Zoom, now you can get to any instructor from around the world and just develop, as an instructor. And now I attend their classes. So there is no what if she's a better teacher or stronger than me? There's no that, in the community.
There's no ego, there's a little bit of competition.
Well, we all have egos, don't we? Egos is the person that talks to you in your head, But there is no this sense of fear from
or loathing.
Yeah, from your colleague or your whoever, your teacher or whatever, yani. So there's no this competition. It's just if she's doing well, then I'm doing well, and then the students are doing well as well. So it's just
brilliant way of looking at it.
Taking a step back and looking at what is good for your company, and not just what's good for you and how good you will look,
You have to realize that's not everyone's perspective, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, that you're able to grow this community and feel this way and instill those values onto your students speaks volumes about your class and about yourself.
Yeah.
Which is not something you find very often. Forget in Bahrain. In the world, you don't find that a lot.
Yeah, no. And I'm really blessed to have this community and the team. They're amazing, and even the students, they just make you feel good about yourself. Even if I'm having a shitty day and I go to class, I'm dreading it because I'm just off, I just switch off for that hour, and it's amazing. It just gives you that time to appreciate also okay, the people appreciate what you do, and and you feel good that this girl was just struggling with this move, but now she's doing it, so these things just give me a boost of energy,
If you don't mind me asking, why don't you stream 1 or 2 or 3 of your classes, whatever? You have to obviously have students that are comfortable and being on camera. That could be a great opportunity for you, because it's a very low investment cost, and you can stream it on Insta, you can stream it on TikTok, you can stream it on Twitch, and that could you're already doing the class, right? Setting up the camera isn't a lot of work.
No, it's not.
And you're getting word of mouth then from that. And people are then getting an intro into the class without having to attend it.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people, I think, fear, because they're worried about, the level of effort. They're shy about, I don't know. How is it going to be?
Yeah.
So that might be an avenue for you.
Well, I used to do that every now and then, live, boot camp, or booty lift classes, and let's do that, and for a month, and that was going well, but I never streamed a class. I would only be there because a class, for pole, for example, you need to wear really tiny shorts and sports bras, because the more skin, the more advanced the trick is, the more skin you need, because you need grip.
Sure.
So, and I have girls that are covered,
sure.
Veiled, yani, and stuff. So hoop is more conservative, because hoop you need leggings, and you need sometimes you need long sleeves or a t-shirt, but still, like I have people, like girls who are not comfortable.
I'm smiling because
But
in my head, I would pay good money to see a girl in abaya on the ball.
No, they're the strongest.
It sounds so counterintuitive. I love it.
But no.
I love it. It's such an amazing concept.
Well, there is.
It's like an abaya when they go swimming. I love it. Just the look of it just makes me laugh.
No, it's not. Well, if you we posted on Ramadan because we were all like we did like an event in the studio, and we were all like wearing the Ramadani abaya, and we were all like on the pole. Like I don't know how many girls, 6 girls were on the pole just holding for their lives and wearing the abaya, and yeah.
And some imam somewhere was
so what?
Some imam somewhere was bleeding on his eyeballs.
No. There isn't any of that. No. But yeah, like I have a lot of girls who are veiled or covered, and then they come and they're just so it's so fascinating that.
Well, it might be an idea if you can get, like, I think, you know, more Western girls would be open to the idea, especially if you can give them like discount on the class.
Yeah.
You know,
definitely.
Or if you include their handle, their social handle.
No, it's definitely a good idea and people would actually sign up if I would just say, okay, this class is gonna be streamed online or like on social media or whatever. A lot of girls would be. If I just mentioned that, you know,
I think you definitely would have a big. I mean, you could do it with the guys as well. There's plenty of guys who would love that shit. You know. Yeah. Sorry, the old man in me come out for a second there, but I can see it being very popular, and I can see it, you know, reaching to a much larger audience.
Yeah, definitely.
But that's more work.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see.
Well, how did you find your Bahraini staff? I don't know her name.
Yeah.
How did you find her? Through Indeed, LinkedIn?
No, she's one of my students as well.
Oh shit! Okay, like you only hire internally.
Yeah, and it's amazing because it's the same vibe, it's the same environment, same, like, you know, it's yeah.
But you don't have any new blood then.
Only receptionists, but that. But then she comes, like she just she's now joins. A student as well. Yeah, like I make her and I tell her to come to
understand what we do, so you can sell it
so better. They need she needs to attend classes so she understands what they go through. So yeah,
it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, how did you find your receptionist?
Through LinkedIn, or actually now in this week and last week we had no receptionist, but like another one will join on Sunday. Next week.
What do you need your receptionist to do?
So process payments, make sure, like, sign people in sometimes, put on the schedule monthly, check all the classes, what classes are doing good, which classes are doing like not doing so well, so we need maybe to change the timing, maybe to change the class itself. All these things that just needs a lot of thinking, you know, and
it's gonna be difficult to find.
Yeah, so it's well, I actually put an ad on LinkedIn and I got so many people, and also I have my friend who owns Namaste, her receptionist, put also in the Filipino Facebook
community,
group. And the amount of CVs I got, so many, like I think 40 plus CVs. It's crazy.
Yeah, but to weed that down to good applicants is it's a nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
It's so much of a nightmare. Like when I put the posting on this job, one of the questions I asked, if we shoot at 24 FPS, what should shutter speed be? Do you guys know how many people managed to get the right answer? Guess the right answer?
1.
3. Out of 60 people.
Wow.
60.
Wow.
Shutter speed always has to be double frame speed. So if you're shooting at 30, shutter speed has to be 60. Unless you're using global shutter, then it has to be like 180. But I didn't ask a difficult question. That's something you can look up on Google. That's what I'm saying. You're the kind of like workforce you can expect and kind of find is abysmal.
Yeah.
So difficult.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I just give them 3 months just probation period, because you need to learn how the system works, and like you need to process payments for classes for like different inventory, or like, you know, and it's.
And how does that work in the sense, do you take anyone that comes in through the front door, or do they have to first message you and book?
They have to message first.
So they can't come in walk-ins?
No, they can't.
Why don't you allow walk-ins?
Because we have limited number of polls. So if it's a full class, then
it's a full class.
Then it's a full class, you know.
Okay.
Like it's not like a gym.
Okay. And how many polls do you currently have? 4?
I used to have 5, and now I have 12.
Now you have 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can allow some walk-ins. I mean.
Yeah, but people can't share polls.
That's also very true.
They're very like, no.
Okay.
It's my poll. So yeah, it's
because
so
earlier you mentioned that you usually have 4 people per class.
4 people per class? Yeah, it's an average.
Yeah, that's
like
why I said
average. Yeah.
So you have almost 3 times as many polls as you have people there. That's
no, I have a lot of polls. Yeah, but then you need to know few things before you join a poll class. Like, so how we do it is there's an intro to poll course that you need to go into that course. And then from there, you can attend poll beginner. You can't just come to poll beginners because the level is higher. Because there is a curriculum. Yeah.
Okay. Hypothetically, right? I switch genders. I'm a woman now.
Yeah.
I walk into your place and I say, I want to start. I booked it through WhatsApp or Instagram or however you do your booking channel from.
Yeah.
What would my expectations be the first hour?
And you book through the app.
When I book through your app.
Yeah.
So am I sitting down with you and we're talking over things, or are we immediately exercising?
So your first class would be an intro to pool, for example, or intro to hoop.
Sure.
We just sit in a circle. I introduce myself as an instructor. I just talk a little bit about my journey, and then everyone would introduce themselves, and then like why they came, and what they're expecting.
This sounds like a nightmare to me, by the way.
So
this is like my worst hell.
So this is just the intro class.
Okay.
This takes around 10 minutes max, and then we just warm up. We do the warm up, we condition on the pole, and then I show them the routine. And then from there, they keep on trying it, and I go around, and I have divided attention to all the students, and I just go around and I fix their combos or whatever the trick that I teach. Last 10 minutes of the class would be taking a video. You have to take a video because you need to see your progress, and then cool down, and then when you go out, you sit with the receptionist to see like, okay, what kind of packages you want to
Okay, so you do the sale after the class. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Most of the time, if it's intro, I do the sale after. Because I already tell them before, like, oh, there are packages per class, and then most of them would be like, oh, I would pay per class and then see how it goes. So I'm like, okay, come, attend the class, and then we can talk about the packages and the classes after.
Do you offer them a discount on the packages?
Yeah.
Of course.
Definitely, yeah.
And what do you think are one of the things you can do to help your students financially save money by taking a Groupon, as in like a subscription?
So it's... So what I do is, so per class, for example, they pay 11, right? And if you get a hooked package, because you're hooked now, so which is 10 classes, it's for 99 BD. So that's you're saving.
$4.99?
Yeah.
That's very cheap.
$4.99, yeah.
That's very, very cheap.
For 10 classes, yeah. Instead of 110.
That's still.
So you're saving.
That's
11.
still. That's wow.
You're saving 11 BT.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Aren't you worried that you're doing it too cheap at that price point? That's a huge discount that you're offering.
But it's not 99.
Oh, I thought you said it was $4.99. I thought you were going from 10 to 4. I was like, that's 6 PD discount. That's over 50%. That's 60% off. I was like, Jesus.
It's not. I'm like, no.
Okay. Sorry, I misheard you.
So basically, you pay for 9 classes and you get the 10th for free.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. But our prices are relatively high, people would say. Because most classes are like 7.5 or like 8 or 9 even.
Yeah, but they're not doing pole or they're not doing
exactly.
aerial.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
so,
you pay for what you get.
Yeah, exactly. And when they come, they know. Okay, I have people who are like, oh, that's too much. That's very high. But then when they come,
it's always that, isn't it?
But then when they come, they're like, oh, okay. Like they understand the quality that we're giving them, you know. So
do you burn any incense and candles and that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
get a nice
of course,
smell.
essential oils. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Clever girl.
Yeah.
And if you see yourself as being the customer, what do you think would be something that would help you choose a package? This is one of the things back when I was a consultant that I would ask like clientele and stuff like that. If you put your own framework into your customer's mind or students, what could you sell? What could you do to them? What could you sell to them? What could you speak to them in order to do a more financially wise decision?
Yeah. So it's based on your availability. So like, and how are you willing to come? How long? And like how many days a week are you willing to come? So we sit with them and then we see, okay, all right, so you work, what time do you finish work? Okay, 5, okay, perfect, we have a class at 5:30, so you can just like, by the time you come here, you can attend class. And then, okay, how many times a week? We always recommend 3 times. But then like if they tell me, okay, I can, or like I can't, or maybe I can.
We are miscommunicating right now.
Yeah. So tell me.
We're miscommunicating right now.
Tell me.
My original question was putting yourself in your customers or your students' mind. What do you think you could do to convince them to take the package deal rather than taking it per class?
Having it
just as a discount,
flexibility. So I can attend any class that I want.
Sure.
And if I travel,
sure,
I can maybe extend my package.
Sure. So there's a deadline on the package, date-wise.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Like it's either a month and a half, or 2 months, or 3 months.
Okay, so that you want them to use it within a given time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be like flexibility. What if I'm traveling? Okay, you can extend.
But my counter argument to that would be if I would be looking at it from as a customer perspective, I walk in, right? You're offering me a class that gives me about 10% discount, as in one class for free if I take the package.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm thinking to myself, well, you know what? If I want to come, I can just message on WhatsApp or whatever, and I'll just pay for the classes I get, and then I don't have to worry about, then I don't have that clout over my head, right?
Yeah.
And I think that the best way to convince me, which, that's just me, would be to make it as if it's a commitment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you say like, hey, you know what? This package deal makes you committed that you want to get better at this.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like, if you want to get better at this, stick to the one class by thing, right? And I think that's how you're going to see a much higher turnover.
Yeah. I know I know the direction that you're going through.
The sales pitch.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes
Sorry,
sense.
I love business.
It just like how we like when we sit again, like because I was telling you how we convince them to buy a package is that having a balanced workout, like not just pole. Okay, pole is fun, but you need flexibility classes, you need strength classes. So that's like 3 classes a week. So this is how we sit with them and we do a schedule with them. Like on paper and
each student.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So consultation. We do consultation, and I have also a team for that. Like I have students who they're called like Carousel officers. They voluntarily do that work. So they assist classes. They are just students just like anyone, but they just volunteer to assist classes. If we have like over 5 people in class, they're willing to give free consultations to students, new students, and work on their like scheduling plan to have a balanced schedule. And then after that, they decide, okay, then I will get this package or that package, you know? So
from what I'm hearing right now is that you have a group of students who are now technically employees, non-employees.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And what I think is the key component that's missing is the training. Is that you have these people who are students in pole dancing but have never worked in sales, potentially. Some might have.
Yeah.
A lot of them definitely haven't.
Yeah.
So from what I'm hearing, it would make a lot of financial sense to just either get a guy who works in sales and just teach once a month just to get people onto the bowl. How do you talk? How do you get that deal signed? How do you get that? You need to get that ink on that paper.
Yeah.
Right? That's where that
yeah.
You look at me like
yeah.
like that. Sorry.
That. Yeah, that doesn't like it.
I love that world. Sorry.
Never. Yeah, and I never thought of it, to be honest. It just comes. It comes naturally because every student just talks about her journey, and that like they just connect and like, oh yeah, I want to do this. Yes, I was this. Look at my first video, how it was, and now.
But don't lie to yourself. This is because of endorphins after the workout, right? Yeah. Let's be honest here. This is not making a sound decision.
Yeah. So yeah, it works actually.
I don't doubt that it works. I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
But the more you can sell on a package, the more that opens your financial freedom.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you've got that money then covered.
Yeah.
It's in the bank. You can do stuff with it.
Yeah.
Instead of waiting every class and being like...
Yeah. Yeah, true.
There's a really good guy. His name is Tim Dillon. He names himself CEO of Fake Business. Hi, Dylan. I don't think he'll ever watch the show. He's fucking fantastic. And what he will do is he'll call up businesses and sell them fake business. Wow. Meaning, this is just for his amusement. So he'll call up realtors and he'll ask them about the property. And he'll be like, I've got this investor from China who's thinking about this. So I need to know about the paperwork and the legality. This is just what he does when he's bored.
Oh.
And that's just, and he says...
Wow.
Fake business and real business will never meet. Yeah. But my fake business is trading their real business.
Yeah. Shit.
It's hilarious. Wow. It's really, really hilarious. And he'll call these people and convince them that he has this like financial opportunity, that they're going to sign papers in 2 weeks. That he just like plays games and stuff like that. It's devious.
Wow.
Check him
like
out.
we Tim
Dillon.
Tim Dillon. Okay. Yeah, we just have that naturally talent. We're just maybe we did not study that, but it's why not maybe do an like a training.
Well, right.
I would like, I don't know, يعني I would definitely be open to do training for my team, and because obviously this would definitely add. Again, I'm not into that
financial perspective.
Of course. That's the thing. Yeah.
But you have to also realize at some level that the more financial freedom you have, the more of ability you can pursue the things you want to pursue.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you were hypothetically earning twice or 3 times you were making this month compared to last month, that means there's 3 times as many things you could do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You could offer free classes, communal services. Yeah. You could do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. We do like a free class every month. Like just different, every month there's a class of the month, and every time we do an offer, but it's not because I'm like, half of me is the instructor and half of me is trying to like do like the business side, and it's draining, it's draining.
You need to find someone who can do the business side, and you can give those responsibilities too. And they just report to you every week or every month and be like, hey, you know what? we had this many people come in.
Yeah.
This is our target. This is how we're going to meet it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
it.
Definitely.
And the quicker you can get that off the ground, the happier you will be.
Yeah, definitely. I need a lot of work.
Oh, sorry. It's just in my nature.
From that,
it's in my nature.
You're right. You're right. It's now like what I'm looking for is actually someone who takes responsibility of all this and just gives me just teeny tiny information about classes and what to do. You know what I mean? And I have the person now and then she's doing an amazing job, but yani, now that we don't have receptionist, it's a lot of work on her for her to like also do something, you know, about Carousel and like, okay, like how do we expand, or like how do we like reach out to more students and whatnot. So yeah.
So, you know, for me, my dream is for this podcast is that when I invite the guest back in, that they are substantially better off than when I first met them. Yeah. Regardless whether it's my advice or not, I just love when I see people succeed, and I love hearing about it. Yeah. And even if you know, sometimes you have your down periods, and when I invite you back in, maybe, you know, another COVID or whatever happened.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But even if you know, it's still a journey, and it has its ups and downs. But regardless, you know, you always want to see people flourish.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And have you thought about with your staff that you're having so much issue with in just getting someone from Thailand or Philippines or whatever?
I thought of that, of getting someone, but then like the visa, the accommodation, all that, and
you deduct it from salary.
And I can do that. And what I do is I actually bring someone for like workshops every now and then, like every few months. I bring someone just for a week to give workshops, and then just like not stay, you know, like for just a week and or 2 weeks maximum. And this is what I do so far. Like it's just someone from Egypt coming, someone from like hopefully Marion Cramp, she's French. Okay. She's very known, and I'm planning to bring her also to give a workshop, and like I'm trying to do that. But I like how also the idea of students becomes instructors, because that also pushes them, and this is to me like they're not foreign to the students, like the students who come who are Arab, they don't feel like they don't get me, you know what I mean? Like sometimes like the language barrier, like they sometimes an instructor would teach in Arabic to someone who is just struggling with doesn't speak English. So I have that, and I have also one of my instructors is Russian as well. Like she does like those like exotic Russian dance, and like with heels and like this big, and I'm just
I thought that was part of the class. I thought everyone had to wear that.
No.
I thought that was like the whole thing.
That's only one class in the week.
Well, I'm sorry that I don't go to your class. I don't know your ins and outs of where.
Check the Instagram and you will see that most of our posts are not heels only. This is one class a week. This is exotic pole.
Exotic heels.
Yeah, that's one direction, and then there is like pole sport, which is like conditioning, like
and what's
calisthenics.
More popular?
More popular is the flow, which is the pole spinning,
really?
Just flowing on spinning.
I would imagine exotic would be so much more popular.
It is, but it's not the most popular.
Wow. Okay.
No.
That's
no, because it's like calisthenics. People come to actually like work out and they use their body to lift themselves up, and it's like exactly like calisthenics, but instead like it's not a bar, it's just a vertical bar.
Well, one of you guys put on the screen, if you don't mind, some of the hardest pole moves, and then you can tell me why it's difficult or why it's easy or Google Images or whatever. I think they have a world championship for pole dancing.
Yeah, that's exotic.
Okay.
That's an exotic class.
And is this so far easy or is this so far hard? I've never done this, so I don't know. It could be easy. It could be.
It's a beginner. It's a beginner.
This is a beginner. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, championship pro.
That's
finals,
pro.
right?
So that's the
calisthenic one.
That's the more. It's advanced. So this girl is advanced, not a beginner. And she's not wearing heels. So you'll see even like she's doing.
Oh, there's
really cool.
two.
Yeah.
Okay. This seems like what's it called? Like art form dance.
Yeah.
There's that dance thing with people.
It's like a contemporary, yeah. So you have in championships you have like classique, which is the one with heels, and then you have the contemporary or drama, pole drama. There is like pole. What's it called?
It's called interpretive dance, right? It's when they try to talk with their dance or something like
lyrical,
that.
You mean lyrical? It's called lyrical or contemporary. Yeah, this is advanced.
I don't know if this is hard or easy. Okay, that does look unpleasant.
Yes, and this is really hard. Like this is really, really hard. Like your ankle, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, and this is also hard.
I mean, it doesn't look easy by any frame. Wow,
yeah.
That's scary. So, do you have any students that are at this level?
At this level, no, but they can do this move.
Sure.
They can do this move. All the students are intermediate, not advanced yet.
Okay.
So because we started like 3 years ago, so now most of the intermediate students are like advanced intermediate, but not advanced level yet. So there is beginner, intermediate, pre-advanced, and then advanced. So I am pre-advanced. I'm not even advanced.
Okay. And how long does it take from someone to go from zero to like...
It all depends on your training.
So assume that the person is like, they love it and they want it.
They're committed.
They're committed to everything. That's like their life. They breathe it.
It all depends on your body. Like
your talent, I guess, right? Comes into it. Your talent and your hard work, I assume, is a part of it.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, commitment.
So like what? We're talking about like 6 years?
Like I've been doing it for 8 years and I consider myself pre-advanced.
Is that, I mean, I don't know, is this easy, harder?
This is hard. This is, because you need not just strength, you need also flexibility.
Okay.
To be able to do certain tricks.
Okay.
So you need to work on your flexibility, not just have a split on the floor. You need to like have an oversplit to do stuff like that. Like oversplit would be not just you're splitting on the floor, like you're doing a front split.
You immediately knew what was the bubble in my head.
Yeah.
I was immediately I was like, okay.
An oversplit would be like, okay, now your hips are on touching on the floor and you're opening your legs, right? Now you're gonna put blocks under your feet to bring your feet up while your hips is still on the floor.
So how often in your class do you show like these kind of competition stuff?
We don't do competition.
Not yet, you mean?
Yeah. Not yet, but we don't. Yeah.
That would be a cool idea.
But I want to do showcases. So people would work for a month on like a specific song or anything, and then like audience would come and then watch them just perform like a showcase. This is what I want to do after the summer when everyone's back. Showcase.
So you would tell the class, hey, you know what, for this project I want you to pick your favorite class, then design a moveset around it?
No, it would be more like, okay, this class is going to work on this song, and it's going to be spinning, for example, or like lyrical or like contemporary pole. But at the end of the month, you would showcase it to all the other students that didn't attend. So they would perform in front of other students.
Okay.
In the studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many performances would you think that would be? Like 6, 7?
Depends on how many people sign up, but yeah.
But I'm wondering because from the perspective of the audience, if I have to watch 10 people, I will kill myself. I will not sit there and watch 10 people do their shitty moves. No, sorry.
At the same time.
Oh, at the same time?
Yeah, obviously.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like, like show porny, like.
No, you're not going to see the song. You hear the song for 10 times for 10 students.
That's okay. Then.
No. No, it's just one song. Everyone's doing different things or the same things, whatever it is. So, yeah.
But again, do it as a competition. Like the winner gets like a Starbucks coffee or something like that. Cool idea.
Yeah, they do. They do competitions. And then people like fly out and stuff, like pole competitions.
Is this, do you think that men could be that flexible, or is that, do you think, a gender thing?
No, they can, definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like that.
You see how the back leg is just going over and over. That's an oversplit.
Can you see how my face is wincing?
You know what? There is this guy. He's amazing. His name is Mika. Mika Walter.
Just forward it a little bit.
He's an amazing flexibility instructor. And he's a dude. Yeah. He does all kind of flexibility, and he has a lot of backgrounds in like yoga and ballet and like circus stuff.
It's so, I don't know, maybe it's because of my old brain, but it's so counterintuitive of my thinking. Like my thinking, when I think of like a typical like male athlete, I think of like a Spartan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Military, inflexible,
Yeah, but that's not gonna help when you're like
on
70.
A bar? Well, I mean, your assumption is that men live that long.
Yeah, but like, or 80, like you're gonna
again,
be like,
that's even longer.
But yeah, like, why do we do flexibility? Like, why? Like, obviously, it feels good and everything, but then it helps you when you're older. You can. Yeah.
So you're a big component then for the whole movement, as in movement for movement.
Yeah.
Right? Mobility, sorry.
Yeah, mobility.
That's a whole thing that just really appeared in the last like 20 years. Prior to that, it was like bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And that was about.
But then yoga has been there for like ever.
But for like 5,000 years, but it's not like it was popular in the West. It's only been popular since like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Like mindfulness, that wasn't really a thing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing that strikes me a lot is PTs, personal trainers. If you would have told someone 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I'm a PT, they would look at you and be like, what are you talking about? You need a job. What are you talking about? You're a PT. Now,
you either be a doctor or an engineer or like...
if you're not working in an office, get out of here. What are you talking about? But that's now a real job.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like physiotherapist wasn't like, they just was like, what are you talking about, physiotherapist? You do a surgery and you go home.
Yeah.
That's
and you rest for like how long?
Yeah.
You know?
And then you take your pain medication, you get on with your life. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Now it's...
With your class, how did you get in contact with the Russian girl? Did she come to you, or did you find someone who was willing to teach?
Yeah, she came.
She came.
Yeah. Mostly all.
You mentioned already multiple times that most of them are previous students who've come and worked.
Yeah, but that she came and she was one of the students, and then
she pitched the idea. Then
yeah. She wanted to teach. She got her certification and everything.
Well,
so yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, like I mean, I really love your business model, and I think it has so much potential. I think it's just a shame that you're not able to find the right staff to help fulfill your vision.
I did not look though. Like, it was not a decision that like, okay, like I'm gonna, look for someone for sales and look for someone like I don't think right now I could cover more than the salaries I'm covering right now. But yeah, definitely the girl that is responsible for operations is doing, like, she has so many like really good ideas, and she's still like new, you know.
What's her CV like?
What's her CV like? She worked at a bank.
Okay, so she has some business experience.
She's really good with system. Like she figured out the whole system that I've been using for years in like a couple of hours. Oh, like this, that, you know. She taught me stuff that I did not know, you know.
Perfect. That's what you want.
So yeah, and like she's pretty like active when she comes up with an idea, like, let's do this. I'm gonna call them now, and I'm gonna do this. I'll find someone to do the tamkeen thing, for example. You know, she's her mind is set on when her mind is set on something, like she makes it happen. So far, yeah.
So it fascinates me in that you haven't. So sorry, let me rephrase that question because my mind just went blank there for a second. For do you not have like goals and structure for every month and every week? Like,
I do have goals.
By the way, we have a cigar if you want to smoke a cigar.
No, yeah, not. I don't smoke.
Not these cigars.
Yeah, looks cool though.
Great prop.
Yeah. Like we don't, for example, I set goals for her, for example, like, okay, we shouldn't go below this number per student per class, or revenue shouldn't go less than this so we can cover the rent. But goals in terms of expansion, you mean? No, I don't have that. To me, I just opened after COVID and after everything that happened, and now I'm on my own, and now I've been just doing that for 6 months now. And it's just so just trying to cover the cost and everything. This is my goal, and trying to also pay like my debt, or like, you know, all these things first to break even, and then I would be like, oh, okay, like I'll be.
Have you not found any investors who are interested, or you haven't looked?
I haven't looked, but I'm not interested though to grow fast. Like, I like to take my time, and I like to do it on my own.
The problem is when you what often happens is that businesses who are innovative and start something are too slow to execute. Yeah. And so they ended up disappearing because a different competitor was more aggressive. Yeah. Will overtake. Yeah. And so that might be something to look at if you're worried about taking debt from a bank. Then look maybe for a venture capitalist, a VC. Yeah. Who's willing to both give you experience, give you cash. Yeah. Right? And was willing to invest both in yourself and your business.
Well, the thing is, I'm happy where I am. Like, I'm not, like, whatever income that I get from what I do is, I'm satisfied. I'm not like eager to look, okay, like, oh, let's make it bigger. Let's have Carousel everywhere, or like, you know what I mean?
You're not looking to build an empire.
Yeah, I'm happy with how things are now, and I'm like, yeah.
I think we're speaking a little bit different languages at the second. Yeah. I'm not insinuating that from a pure financial motivation.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to insinuate is to build a stable foundation that if another COVID happens, if you get sick, you know, subhanallah, or you have to take a longer hiatus for whatever reason, that can still flourish.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what you want, right? And if you do you have kids or you're
No.
So
I
subhanallah,
don't,
you know, al-khaliq, you have kids, whatever. You'd also want to have them something they could also take over, I imagine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If they can't find whatever they want to do.
Yeah. I was actually approached by someone in Kuwait a few years ago, and they wanted to open Carousel in Kuwait. But I just back then I felt that was too soon, and I wanted to have the quality that I am that I like. I wanted to ensure that it has the same quality and everything, and I'm putting someone or like sometimes having like a co-owner or someone who invests and then have a say in things. Sometimes I don't know. I like to just be on my own and figure
You're a
out.
control freak. I can already
I
tell.
am, and just figure it
tell.
out myself rather than just having someone to. Because I did work under someone before, and then I did work also under a gym, but I was also still independent, but I'm still under a gym, and it was not a very pleasant experience for me because I had to go by the rules and by their rules and what they think, and I'm like, no, no.
I can sense it already.
You know what I mean? Like, no,
already.
don't tell me what to do or how
really
to do
sense
or
it.
how what I'm allowed to drill here or I'm not allowed to drill here. Like, I know.
I will drill in any water pipes I like.
Exactly. So
I don't care what the electrician or engineer says.
No, not to that extent, you know, not to that extent. But when the company that builds the whole plaza thinks that it's okay to drill, then it's okay to drill. Not just, I feel like, no, I
Load bearing wall. What is that? Doesn't matter.
No,
Remove
like they built the whole plaza and they think it's they said it's fine, and they're engineers and you're not an engineer, so don't tell me like, I feel something. No, don't. No.
Is that a lot of what you have to face? A lot of people are spiritually worried about where this pole or
what if, you know, because they know nothing about it. They know nothing about it, and they're not just interested to just read a little bit about it. So no, I
there
want
we
to
go.
make,
That's it. Shuf, isn't the laziness that you can find unbelievable?
Yeah.
Isn't it unbelievable?
Yeah.
It is crazy.
It's easy to say no. Because if I say yes and I don't know, I have to look and then like, I don't want to
This is purely a Middle Eastern thing, by the way. I don't see this in Europe. I don't see this in America.
Yeah.
People actively want to research, get better. Hina, all the time I see it. Ma'af, I don't know. We should get someone in who knows. Go to internet, learn. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's very, very upsetting, and I can. I find it confusing that you haven't gotten with your staff at least like a sales agent in who can teach them how to sell once a month for your own benefit.
I have a brand manager, she's responsible for marketing and branding and design. And
how long you've had her?
Since I opened 3 years ago.
3 years, and she's running your Instagram.
Yeah.
So in 3 years you got 5,000 followers.
Yeah.
Fire her. Fire her.
Why?
5,000 followers in 3 years?
Yeah, so what? So what?
That should be 3 months. That's money that you're paying someone.
Yeah.
من جيبك انت.
Yeah.
So, you know, if people
I'm not putting a lot of money, to be honest, on ads and stuff.
It shouldn't be on ads. If you get someone who's creative, you know, they can push it and they know the algorithm and they can chase behind it.
Yeah.
If they're not doing 3 posts minimum per day, you've got an issue.
No, we're not doing 3 minimum per day, definitely.
You've got an issue.
Yeah.
If they're not sitting to you and saying, hey, you know what? Who is our target? What's their age group?
Yeah.
What's their gender? What's their income level? What kind of industry are they working in?
Yeah.
Right? You need to have this perfect image of what your clientele is in order to then market to that clientele.
Yeah.
Building funnels, doing this kind of stuff. Sorry, this is my business brain.
But no, she's doing a good job. Like now,
in 3 years,
Carousel,
5,000.
but Carousel like is now. Like I go. I go to the hospital for checkups, and my doctor is like, and I'm wearing like the Carousel mask, and she's like, "Oh, you go there, you train there," and like it is a strong brand, and I see it as a strong brand.
Whose idea was that?
The what?
The face mask with the Carousel. Be honest.
I think the brand manager. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Because
I would like no, I would not think of that. Yeah, and she actually had one of our volunteers, and they went and they did it, and there are a few things that you actually mentioned that I would really consider and do, like definitely like the flyers I want to push. Already we're working on that, and the fact that what's it called?
I'm not putting you on the spot.
No.
What did I say? Recall.
No, I'm not. I'm the worst. And then bringing someone who's like into sales, doing even like a lecture, like not once in a month. That would be too much, to be honest.
Once six months.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. And what was the? See, I said I should have came with a notebook. No.
Do you know Gordon Ramsay? Like not on a personal level, but have you followed his career?
No.
Okay, he's a student of a guy called Marco Pierre White.
Okay.
Marco Pierre White is the first British chef who's ever won 3 Michelin stars, 5 knives and forks. He used to have a restaurant called White, or the White Room.
Okay.
It was fantastic, and then they shut down in the early 90s. While he was operating, Gordon Ramsay was his understudy, his tutelage under him, and Gordon Ramsay stabbed him in his back. So this was back in the not in the literal sense, maybe in the literal sense. So back in the day, restaurants didn't have. Well, in the 90s, restaurants didn't keep bookings digitally. So they had a master book, which was the front desk, meaning that everyone who's coming to attend for a reservation would be in this master book.
Oh.
And so when Gordon Ramsay left, he jumped on a motorcycle, jumped to Marco Pierre's restaurant and stole that logbook. That meant for the next 6 months, they didn't know if somebody came in, whether or not had a reservation, whether or not they were attending. They had no more customer feedback, meaning they couldn't call back other past tense customers to invite them back in. It was a complete disaster. It almost ruined Marco Pierre's restaurant. That's how important that master booklet is.
Wow.
Yeah, he was a really horrible guy, Gordon Ramsay. Well, he's still alive, so he's still horrible.
Wow.
Sorry, I was really obsessed with Marco Pierre White. He's a really interesting guy.
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Ego. Gordon Ramsay at the time was opening up his own restaurant. And so there was a lot of press against Marco Pierre White. And so he knew that if he kicks him in the shins, he'll have a better chance.
I'm so glad I'm like so far away from that.
There was so much stuff that Gordon Ramsay did to Marco Pierre White. He convinced like the investors of Marco Pierre restaurant to abandon him financially, and that his restaurant is going to be a failure, and that he's the new rising star, and they should finance back him. And then so when they told Marco Pierre White take a hike, Gordon Ramsay then turned around and said, "Actually, I don't want your money. I'll take it from those guys instead." And so the investors lost out because they destroyed their relationship with Marco Pierre White, and Marco obviously lost his logbook, so he was fucked and couldn't get any financial support because his VCs disappeared. It was a whole story.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, big companies have bigger problems, and I don't want
That's not
problems.
a big company. That's one restaurant.
Whatever.
But there's drama.
I don't want drama.
Who doesn't want drama?
No.
It makes a great story.
I leave drama for Love Island when I'm watching Love Island.
You watch Love Island?
Yeah.
How many?
I love it.
Why?
It's amazing.
Why?
Because I just, it's good. It's good. It's a good show that you just don't think about anything. And
what were you doing in Egypt otherwise? Just chilling?
Egypt?
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing you were in Egypt while you were watching that.
Yeah, my mom would take me to a lot of classes and like summer camps, and like I had no time to just chill at home. Chill at home. Yeah, like I would swim, or like I would act, or like singing, and yeah, a lot of things.
I'm in the same boat as you. Since I was 9, I was kicked out the house.
Yeah.
Like, go do something.
Yeah.
something. And then I think at 12 or something, I was the first time I went to a boarding school. So I know exactly where you're coming from. But again, I think that's why for me, that's a living nightmare. Having to sit through a class that you don't want to be in.
Yeah, but I would make the best out of it, to be honest. Like I would enjoy something, I would find something to enjoy in that class.
I remember we had like options to pick from like different things. One of our teachers was at the same time like a sale guy instructor. Mm. So you'd have an option of doing that. And I distinctly remember I picked only that because I had to pick one of the things, and it was like basketball, blah, 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 blah. I remember picking that because I could go in the middle of the lake, and then I could pull up the mast, and then I could just sit there by myself. Everyone else was going around, and I remember I'd be like,
just chilling.
Just look up, look at the water.
Wow.
I distinctly remember that for like an hour, and people would yell and be like, sail around. I'd be like, no.
Staying here. Wow.
Yeah. It's not working.
I would skip handball classes. I did not enjoy that.
I skipped most of my classes throughout my life.
No, not most. Like I was a good girl, but handball, no, I would skip. No. I used to skip a lot of.
I got expelled like multiple times.
Okay.
Yeah. I never enjoyed like school.
Yeah.
And if I would have children, I would homeschool them. Mm. I think.
They want to though.
What do they want to be homeschooled, or do you mean? Well, they wouldn't know another option.
Yeah, but I don't know.
We send them to activities and then khalas.
So and then their social life, how would you
send them to activities?
Okay.
So gymnastics, karate, pole, whatever. Like I think that 4 hours studying, the rest of the day, yalla.
I really wanted to do gymnastics when I was a kid, and my mom took me, and then like she saw that all like the instructors are male.
It's creepy, isn't it? It's fucking creepy.
And then she was like, no, you're not going down. I would like cry and sob, but mom, I want to be there. Like, okay, like stay for the hour, like monitor me and everything. She was like, no, they're all like pedophiles and stuff.
And she ain't wrong. A lot of them are. She ain't wrong. It's creepy how many like.
But I want like this was the only.
I don't mind.
That I was like. No.
I don't mind being a victim.
No, I do obviously, but like, okay, you can sit and watch me. Like there is like a bench there, like you can sit and yeah.
Your mom got shit to do. She's got a life as well. She's got to drink wine or do whatever.
No, but then she took me to piano lessons, and the piano instructor would yell at me. That is traumatizing also. If I missed the key. But like doing something that you like at least,
Yeah,
you prefer.
Absolutely. I got to do gymnastics, and I got my lessons for free.
Wow. My God, yeah. It's it happens one way or another. Like really, like I haven't seen someone who never like I don't know, not been encountered by sexual harassment in general.
Yeah, but those are two very different things. Like someone trying to grab your boob and someone putting things in your drink are not the they're not the same animal, right?
I know. Yeah.
But it's fascinating. Jordan Peterson talks about this, and he makes a point saying that men and women prior to the 1920s were never in the same communal. Like women were always with women, men were always with men.
Yeah.
And if you look at our society, especially in Saudi, it was like that until the late 90s. I think even today most schools are separated by gender. So I don't know. Maybe our ancestors did it that way because they knew there would be issues involved if you put two sexes together. I don't know.